Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Petey and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Petey's ability to understand and respond to his formal on-leash obedience commands. The correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed. And the only correction that we give is a little tug and release on the training collar, and that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Petey is going to come home with his very own training collar. You're going to be taught how to use that properly during your follow-up training session. Now, he is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to be demonstrating for you is probably one that our owners request the most, and that is proper heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking without dragging you down the street, and the command is Petey, heel. Now at this point, Petey has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with you on your walks, not forging ahead or lagging behind, but staying right with you, focused more on you than what's going on around him. And each time that you stop your feet, he has been taught to sit automatically without being told, to wait for his next command. And Rich praised him for a good job. You don't have to go over the top with your praise until you have a little bit more experience working with him, because if he gets overly excited, then you have to know how to get him back on track. So just a little praise, good boy, a little pat on the head is plenty. Now the next command that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit-stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, we do not use his name. You're going to use the open flat of your palm, the one-word command to stay. The long sit-stay, when you're practicing at home, you're going to start out at about 30 seconds and you're going to work all the way up to 3 minutes. This exercise helps to develop self-control and maturity and focus. When Rich returns back to him, he will walk all the way around him. Petey's to remain seated until Rich gets back to heel where they started, and then Rich has to give him another command. And they take off heeling again. So remember that when you want your dog to do something, you have to tell him what you want, and you have to tell him in the form of a command. If he's lagging or he's not focused, talk to him, get him focused back on you. Nice sit. Rich is going to leave him in another stay. He walks out to the end of the leash and he turns to face him. And now we're going to demonstrate the recall, or the come on command. Petey, come. Good boy. He talks to him and praises him on the way in, and he's supposed to come in and sit. And sometimes Petey's sits can be a little slow, so don't let him get away with making you stand there and wait. Give him that little tug on that leash and tell him no, sit. He's adorable, and he's done a really good job. Rich leaves him in another sit-stay. Again, walks out to the end of the leash and turns to face him. He lets him hold that stay because everything is about self-control. Rich is going to use his name, he's going to lighten his tone, and he's going to call him in again. We want him always to think that coming to you is a good thing. So we always want your come command to be a happy command. You don't want to call him when you're mad at him. Coming to you should always be happy. And you can reward him with a treat too. Like if he's off leash in your yard and you're calling him and he's coming, make it a big deal that he's actually coming to you and responding. Now the next commands that we're going to demonstrate for you are probably the most used commands. So first of all, have the dog seated at your left. This is your down from a heel position. So with him seated at your left, he only has to lower the front half of his body. Take your left open palm straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down and stay. Now, Petey likes this command. He gets very comfortable, and sometimes he rolls over on his back. As long as he doesn't stand up, it counts as a down stay. You're going to start this command off at about 1 minute and work up to 5 minutes, and you can practice right in the house. Don't make using your obedience commands like something that you do separate. Use them all the time. Rich walks all the way around him, just like he did on the sit stay, back to heel. He praises him. And they take off healing again, and we will show you that again. And don't forget that when you come for your lesson, you're going to actually get a chance to work with him hands-on, with your trainer there as your coach. Rich gives him the down, stay. And he's not lowering his head. He's focused, but he's relaxed, and you can just tell by his body language. Now Rich is going to call him. Good job, Petey. And sit. Good boy. Now the next command and the last command that we're going to show you on your video is your down from a distance. And again, you're going to lengthen out the time and the distance on this command as well. So with him seated, you're going to leave him in a sit stay. You're going to turn to face him. This is the only time that you're going to use your right hand to give the command, and you're going to tell him to down. Now if he doesn't go down, step in. There you go. It was just that easy. Once you've given a command, you have to stay firmly committed to getting the dog to complete the command. Don't let him get over on you. He's done.
You know it's the end of the video?
It's the end of the video. We've demonstrated for you all of Petey's formal obedience commands. He has done a wonderful job here at school. He is welcome to come back anytime for boarding. We've enjoyed every minute with him. He's a smart boy. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.